Good evening and welcome to the Town of Selma Appearance Commission meeting for July 20th, 2026. We are in the Jernigan building and it is 6 o'clock. We have a quorum present, so we will call this meeting to order. First thing we need to do is approve our agenda for this evening.
Madam Chair, there has been a request to relocate item 5D to the first historic preservation new business item. So then that will shift everything else down. So the COA for 404 North Massey will be item 5A, if you guys approve.
Any other changes to our agenda? All right, do I have a motion to accept the agenda with the change of moving 404 North Massey Street to 5A and everything else moving down one?
I second.
A motion by Ms. Smith and a second by Ms. Rayner. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, next we need to approve our consent agenda, which includes an approval of minutes for May 18th, 2026 and June 15th, 2026. I need a motion and a second.
Motion. I second.
A motion by Ms. Rayner and a second by Ms. Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, moving on to 5A, it's a request for a certificate of appropriateness for 404 North Massey Street. Do I have a motion to open the quasi judicial hearing for 404 North Massey Street?
Motion. I second.
Motion by Ms. Smith and a second by Ms. Rayner. All those in favor?
Aye.
And if there's anybody else here for 404 North Massey Street, please come to the podium and Megan will swear you in. Okay,
She's going to swear us in.
you can stand right there. Do you have a preference between swearing and affirming? All right, I'll just affirm.
Yep.
Do you affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Yes.
So I have before you, applicant is seeking approval for the Appearance Commission to add a 10 by 16 accessory structure. This is at 404 North Massey Street. We have the property owner here, Ms. Cheryl Grove. And as you can see, the proposed structure is within the staff report. Staff find this request consistent with the historic district. I also asked that my staff report and supporting documents be entered into evidence as testimony. I asked the commission to motion to authorize the presiding officer to sign the final order and a motion to either approve or deny. I have the applicant here for additional comments.
And if you would state your name and home address for the record, please.
Cheryl Grove, 404 North Massey Street, Selma.
Thank you, Ms. Grove. Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, I just wanted to say that if it's an issue at all, I could paint the shed. I can place it anywhere you want. I just really need the extra storage.
Understood. Where were you planning on placing the building?
Directly behind the house.
So, okay, so at the back end of the property?
Yeah,
Okay. And we have an image of is this the exact shed and then the colors that you're going to plan on using?
that is the one that I put some money down on,
Perfect.
so.
I'm sorry, we're on page 59. No, you're fine. Ms. Ryan, do you have any questions for Ms. Grove?
No.
Okay. You forget. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Do I have a motion to close the quasi judicial hearing for 404 North Massey Street?
I motion. I second.
Motion by Ms. Rayner and a second by Ms. Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion to accept all evidence and testimony as presented?
Motion. I second.
Motion by Ms. Rayner and a second by Ms. Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Discussion.
I have one.
Good to go?
Mhm.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the certificate of appropriateness for 404 North Massey Street? Actually, let's go through our findings of facts. We'll do that first. Is the property and proposed work subject to historic preservation standards? Yes. Yes. Is the proposed change consistent with the congruency of the district's special character? Yes.
Yes.
Are the materials proposed compatible with historic materials in type, texture, color, durability?
Yes.
Yes. Is the decision based on competent material and substantial evidence presented during the hearing?
Yes.
Yes. I also want to just notate for the record that it's going behind the home at the property line. Do I have a motion to approve the certificate of appropriateness for 404 North Massey Street?
A motion. I second.
Motion by Ms. Rayner and a second by Ms. Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then do I have a motion to allow me to sign the final order?
Motion. I second.
Motion by Ms. Smith and a second by Ms. Rayner. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Ms. Rayner. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. All right, next we have a request for a certificate of appropriateness for 100 South Pollock Street. Do I have a motion to open the quasi judicial hearing for 100 South Pollock Street?
A motion. I second.
Motion by Ms. Rayner and a second by Ms. Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are on page 16 in our packet, page 16. Perfect.
So I'm gonna get you guys sworn in. Do you plan on speaking at all? Okay, I'll just get you all sworn in, and then if you have a chance to speak, that's great, and if not, that's okay too. Do you guys swear or affirm that the testimony that you are about to give is the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Affirm.
Thank you.
Okay, so before you, we have the applicant is seeking approval from the Appearance Commission to modify the rear exterior wall to open a metal doorway entrance point where a previous window existed for loading and unloading products, and replace just the front portion of damaged fence panels with metal paneling. This is at 100 South Pollock Street, as you mentioned. We have before photos, a fence style example, and then also the 62-inch by 100-inch doorway that is proposed. Dalton has on the screen an example of the windows that used to be back there. But staff find the request consistent with the historic district. I ask you to go over the findings of facts in making your decision to either approve or deny. I request that the presiding officer is given permission to sign the final order.
Thank you,
And we
Taylor.
have the applicants here.
Fantastic. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
No, we are okay, but the main idea from opening the door in the back, that the door in the front, we can't use it at all, and it's a appliances business. So as you know, it should be like loading and offloading, which is so hard because we are not allowed to open the front doors. So our request is to open the rear door from the backside so we can load and offload the appliances for the customers.
So just for some clarity, why are you not allowed to open the front doors?
So basically, it's from your side that we are not allowed, as they mentioned for us before, that this building rules changed by the time, ended up to not allow whoever gonna take this building to open the doors for any reason. So this is our main problem actually, because we tried, and as you know, our business do need this type of doors for loading and offloading, especially that we have a big appliances. And we kept trying to speak with more than one person
Okay.
in Selma, and they are saying that the rules are not allowing this building doors to be opened at any reason, at any time.
Okay. I think Dalton.
Madam Chair, I did just want to ask if we can get your name and address for the record following your testimony.
Apologize.
Sure. My residence address, you mean? Okay, my address is 121 James Drive in Selma. Zip code is 27576. My name is Lubna, and on behalf of my stepdad.
Taylor, did you want to respond to?
We were directed to enforce that the garage door stayed closed for the sale of goods outside of there. That was a zoning request from the town manager that was put upon this business. Yeah.
One more item. I'm not sworn in. I don't know if you would like to swear me in following this, but I do know the permit was issued for
Mhm. Gotcha, okay. And so the request would be the request is to knock out a hole in the back of the building, yes?
Yeah, so basically, I don't have a full idea about the size or whatever, but the main idea is to open a door in the back so we can load and offload without any problems. Yeah, he can provide you with all the details that you want. Yeah, and he can provide you with more photos if you want.
Are you removing the windows to put the door in?
Yes, they are saying there's no windows in the back.
Used to be
It's
windows.
an older photo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In the last time, in the past, it was has windows.
Mhm.
Okay, now we need to replace the wall. Okay, exactly was window opening as gate to use it.
Had a size.
Yeah,
The size it's gonna be 62 by 100
62 feet by 100 feet.
200
inches.
inches,
200.
200.
62 by 2.
Yeah.
62 by 200 inches.
Yes.
Those are older. Yeah, right now it's completely built in. My concern is the changing of a historical building on the exterior. That is major structural change in a historic district, and the goal always in the historic district is to maintain the integrity of the historic look. And so putting a hole, changing that, especially after, you know, you changed, the windows have been covered, but putting a hole there is changing the structure of that historic building.
So basically, he's gonna use the same window wall. So it's gonna be the same exactly where the window were. He's gonna just make it a little bit wider to be a door instead of the.
Again, so it's not a window, it's a door.
It's gonna be a door. Yeah. So because the windows, like no one can go in and out, you know. So we're gonna do it as a door, so we can load and offload. So this is the main point.
I mean, and I understand, but we're looking at it just from a structural and a historic perspective, and that's changing the exterior of the building, the structure of the exterior of the building. You know, before with the COAs, we talked a lot about color and decorative items and things. You weren't changing the structure of the building.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I just want you to repeat it for me again. So
Absolutely.
is it your decision that we are not allowed to do what you mean, or there's a problem?
I'm
Yeah.
telling you what we have done in the past. We will still vote on it as a committee, but looking at it from a historic properties, that is changing the structure of that historic property, the exterior of that historic property, which we do not encourage.
كيف نستقبل كيف نشتغل.
Okay, so basically, in this case, what is your suggestion for our problem? Because we are not allowed to do anything from the front, and it's gonna be so hard from the back. So, any suggestions from your side we can do, like under the, yani, within the law, I mean, or within your rules, whatever you call it. I'm sorry.
I don't think that I'm equipped to give you advice on how to run your business.
Oh yeah, I understand. I'm just saying because we are trying to understand your rules about this building.
So the rules are you cannot change the exterior structure of a historic building. Like when we have new businesses to come in, just last meeting, we had a new business come in that we're talking about moving where the door was on that building. We said, you know, you need to keep the door where it is. You need to keep the facade the way it is. How you change the inside, that's between you and your landlord. But as far as the exterior of that historic property, it needs to stay as it is as much as possible.
Okay, I got you.
Mhm.
So ما بدهم ولا يتغير.
طيب باب الأمام ممكن نستخدمه.
أيوة حاضر. إيش
Do you
أكمل
have
فيه؟
any questions or anything to add?
No,
Okay.
I understand that.
Anything else? Sir?
So, one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
So in the front we have 4 doors, the 3 garage doors and the small one, right?
Mhm.
Are we allowed to like the small one to make it a little bit bigger so at least we can like load and offload from that one, as long as you are not allowing us to open the 3 doors?
You cannot change the structure of the building.
Oh, still under this.
Mhm.
ممنوع من غير ولا أي شكل من أشكال المبنى.
فين نحل المشكلة؟
ما في بتقول لك أنا ما راح هلا سألت قالت لي ما بق... مش راح أقعد أدلك كيف تعمل البزنس تبعك.
نفتح باب يعني
ممنوع.
نستخدم الباب
ممنوع.
توزيع. ايش نسوي؟
بتقول لك ممنوع.
Is there anything else you wanted to add?
سألت ما صار الموضوع محرج.
استفسر عادي. ايش نسوي بالبزنس؟
And we still not allowed to open any of the 3 doors in the front, right?
I'm not sure where that conversation is coming from. So that's something that you discuss with the town. That's not coming from us. Our COA that we discussed with you, I think a couple months ago, was about painting the building,
Yeah,
changing out the doors. So that conversation is with the town of Selma, not with us.
oh, so you are different than town of Selma, you mean? Sorry, I'm trying to understand.
That's okay. Megan, do you mind?
No, not at all. So this is the Appearance Commission, and they consider any type of historical changes to the exterior of the property. What you're referring to sounds like it may be code enforcement or something to do with zoning. So you would want to talk to the Town of Selma Planning Department most likely. So the Appearance Commission is just limited to the exterior approvals to get the certificate of appropriateness to actually make those proposed changes to the property. So it's all the Town of Selma. You're just in the wrong department per se.
Oh,
Does
okay.
that make sense?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
Okay, so,
And Megan, before I close it, do you need to swear Dalton in?
Yeah, I can. Real quick, Dalton, I know you gave some testimony, so I just want to make sure for the record that everything you said was true and to the best of your knowledge. Okay, thank you.
And then do they need to both state their name and address for the record?
I know you were briefly just talking back and forth and you were primarily doing the communications. Did you speak at all, sir?
Yeah, I was coming because they say that it's not allowed to do the front doors. You know, they don't say nothing from the beginning about the front door. You know, because it's a building, you put a lot of stuff inside, and they're not allowed to open the front door just to put the stuff inside. Now they say it had to be open a door on the back. You know, and I was say. I don't know what's going on. That's why we come down here to see you guys. You can explain down here to us and exactly what's going on. Where we have to go.
yeah.
Sure.
You know,
So
and
real
and
quick,
because you know, I mean, we losing money too.
Yeah.
We have a proof from the beginning too, you know, and then now they can allow to open the door.
sure.
It's something we don't know what's going on anyway.
Okay, so real quick, if you don't mind, just state your name and address for the record, so we've got it in our minutes. If you don't mind, just stepping up to the mic so that anybody listening online can hear.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, just coming up towards the podium.
Yes, my name is Jose Asensio. My address is 238 Pine Ridge Road in Zebulon, North Carolina.
Thank you.
I'm the owner of the property.
Thank you. And then they also need to state their name and address for the record, yes?
So we've got hers, and
Okay.
then if you want to go ahead and give your name and address for the record, just to state that you were here, that would be great.
My name is Abdullah Abul Hassan. My address is 121 James Drive, Selma.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And did you want me to touch on the question?
Oh, yes, ma'am, please, yes.
Perfect. I did not want to overstep.
No, yes.
But so to answer your question, what we were talking about is the Appearance Commission, they make the exterior decisions regarding modifications to the property. And it sounds like you guys might have a question regarding the use of the garage doors in the front. So that would be more of a question geared towards either code enforcement or planning, depending on, if you've received any violations for having the door open, or if you just have general questions about it. That would be more geared towards planning, not appearance.
Okay, like I say, we still, I'm lost myself anyway, I'm lost because we got the garage, from apart the place for mechanic place anyway, but now Predator Business Center is not allowed to open the door.
And I
At least
completely, I
one
completely
door.
understand that, sir, but that's not the place for that today.
Yeah.
This is not the place for that, so thank you for being here.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you much.
do I have a motion to close the quasi judicial hearing for 100 South Pollock Street?
Motion. I second.
Motion by Ms. Smith and a second by Ms. Rayner. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do I have a motion to accept the testimony and evidence presented?
My motion. I second.
Motion by Ms. Rayner and a second by Ms. Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Discussion. Okay. Do I have a motion to deny the certificate of appropriateness for 100 South Pollock Street?
My motion. I second.
Motion by Ms. Rayner and a second by Ms. Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion to authorize me to sign the final order?
My motion. Second.
Motion by Ms. Rayner and a second by Ms. Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, next we have a certificate of appropriateness for 101 East Railroad Street. If anybody's here to speak on 101 East Railroad Street, please step forward. Do I have a motion to open the quasi judicial hearing for 101 East Railroad Street?
My motion. I second.
Motion by Ms. Rayner and a second by Ms. Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
Ms. Nichols, are you?
So I'll get you both sworn in. Do you both plan on speaking? Okay. Okay. I'll get you both sworn in just in case. That way we don't have to stop if you do want to add anything. Do you guys swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Perfect.
Okay. Before you, I have a request of action for approval of a certificate of appropriateness to change the awning, signage, add a gutter, and alter the front door and modify the sidewall at 101 East Railroad Street. Specifically, the signage is expected to be a blade sign that comes out above the awning, changing the awning, and then the sidewall by the AC unit covering with matching brick. The gutter is expected to run alongside and come out to the front. They will remove the screen door of the front door, which was installed around 2016, and replace the main door. I also prepared a presentation on gutters that we can do after the applicant covers their comments. But overall, staff find this request consistent with the historic district and ask you to accept all testimony and evidence into record, a motion to authorize the presiding officer to sign the final order, and then a motion to either approve or deny.
Thank you. Hi, if you could say your name and address for the record, and then anything you'd like to add.
Okay, my name is Gina Tate. Address is 27 Ellen Circle in Clayton, 27527.
Anything you'd like to add, Ms. Tate?
Well, the gutter is needed because the water that comes from the neighboring building comes onto our roof and then drops down right at our foundation
Gotcha.
and sits there. And so if we put a gutter to eliminate the water from hitting the foundation as much as it does, it would help save the building, hopefully.
Now, will the gutter run down the side of the building or down the front of the building?
If you have this rendering,
Yes.
it's gonna have to come out the front, because if it comes down the side, it'll still just land right along the foundation of the building. It also, the side where he mentioned, Taylor mentioned the brick is being fixed because so much water is running down that it's actually now we have water coming into the building through the brick little holes here and there.
Mm-hmm.
We had to take down all the paneling inside and because it was musty and wet.
Okay.
And the gutter, I feel like, would be the only thing, I'm all for preserving the historic nature of this building. And the only way to do that is to keep the water from destroying it.
Understood.
And the sign, of course, won't look as big and round as this thing here. It'll be a blade sign. Because the rendering, when I did it, made that space too big, bigger than it really is in person.
So will the sign lay flat up against the building or will it come out?
No, it'll come out like a blade sign because
Okay.
there's no room to put anything because the space is like 12 inches.
I see.
And the door doesn't open or close well. The whole framing needs to be redone.
Mhm.
So we want to put in, have somebody come reframe and put in a new door. Pretty much very simple, looks almost like what is there now. I believe it'll be fiberglass and, but it'll be painted black like this door is already painted and just have a window above on the top part. Then the window has a bullet hole in it. We kind of want to replace the windows.
Yes.
It'll just be simple with the two sections, probably a black frame. Not gonna change anything. We are talking to a brick mason who said he can remove the paint. We don't have enough money for the whole side of the building. But we'd like to remove the paint from the front to restore the original brick exterior.
Oh, okay, so it's not gonna be this beige color?
No,
Oh, okay.
that was a maybe if we couldn't get the brick mason to remove the paint.
I got
And
you.
he said he could, so we were really happy about that. I'd like to see the original brick. But if not, we'll paint it.
Mhm.
Like probably a 20th coat of paint.
Yeah.
Cool. If you have any questions for me?
No, Taylor, what did you want to add about gutters?
So I looked around town at existing gutter systems on commercial buildings. I'd say most were either on the side or the rear and had been in place for a good bit. They were wide ranging. Those are some of the ones that were more so on the front or the side. As you can see, that's the VIX building along Anderson Street right here. And then right there is right at the corner of the Railroad Street. I believe that's, yeah. And then that's some more of the back and how they kind of blend into the design, I'd say. And then if you go to the next page, Dalton, I have the Secretary of the Interior standards for restoration, which in most cases it referred to, like even in the preservation section, the importance of gutters for preserving the building rather than like the gutter itself and how it fits into it, just more so how it's used as a vessel to, you know, protect buildings from water damage.
Perfect. Thank you. Any questions for Taylor or Ms. Tate?
Nothing.
Thank you.
Madam
Thank you,
Chair,
Vice Mayor.
before you close the hearing, could we just get some clarification for your either approval or denial about the paint on the side? So there was a comment about the paint being removed from the front facade. Is the side still being painted?
Yes, it'll probably be that cream color. We'll do the whole side like that once the brick mason fixes everything. That's okay.
Say that one more time, Ms. Tate.
It'll probably be this cream color
Mhm.
on the side.
Mhm.
I wish I could afford to take all the paint off,
Mhm.
but I can't. So I thought we'll just paint the side this cream color, something neutral and simple.
Mhm.
And you'll basically, the brick on this one overhang in the breezeway, that will be the exposed brick as well as the front. So the side will be the only thing that is color, the cream color.
Kind of similar to antique store. They've got the painted brick down the side and then the exposed brick on the front. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, was there anything else, Megan?
No, that was it. I
Okay.
just wanted to make sure that the record was clear
You're
as to what you
perfect.
guys were considering. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you. All right, do I have a motion to close the quasi judicial hearing for 101 East Railroad Street?
A motion. A second.
A motion by Ms. Rayner and a second by Ms. Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then do I have a motion to accept the testimony and evidence presented?
Motion. A second.
Motion by Ms. Smith and a second by Ms. Rayner. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Discussion. we will roll through these findings of fact. So is the property and proposed work subject to historic preservation standards? Yes. Is the proposed changes consistent with the congruency of the district's special character? Yes. Are the material proposed compatible with historic materials in type, texture, color, and durability? Yes. Is the decision based on competent materials and substantial evidence presented during the hearing? Yes. Do I have a motion to accept the certificate of appropriateness for 101 East Railroad Street?
Motion. I second.
Motion by Ms. Smith and a second by Ms. Rayner. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. Do I have a motion to give me permission to sign the final order?
Second.
Motion by Ms. Smith and a second by Ms. Rayner. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, next we have a certificate of appropriateness for 310 North Massey Street. So if anybody's here to represent 310 North Massey Street, please come forward. Do I have a motion to open the quasi judicial hearing for 310 North Massey Street?
Motion. I second.
A motion by Ms. Smith and a second by Ms. Rayner. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Just do it since
Okay.
testifying in the
Yeah.
hearing. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Okay, so the applicant emailed me at the end of the week saying that he was going to be out due to a family reunion and he couldn't have anyone fill in for him because of that. He mentioned that if you do need more information, he would be okay with it being tabled.
Mhm.
But if you have the information tonight, then he's
Proceed.
more than happy.
Mhm.
But before you, we have the applicant seeking approval from the Appearance Commission to replace the rear windows to match the front, to install a 6-foot wood fence along the sides of the property, and replace damaged concrete walkway with pavers, and a possible fabric awning to replace the existing aluminum one if it can't be restored. So this property is 310 North Massey Street. The applicant provided a pretty in-depth application summary, so that's why a lot of it's not in the report. He provided a lot of the images. I just provided a clear image of the walkway of a more recent version, so you could kind of see what would be redone in that sense.
I had one question about the windows.
Yeah.
Do you know if they're gonna be double hung windows that he's replacing in the back?
I wouldn't know that, no.
Okay.
That is a good question, though.
It says here that they're replacing the windows in the rear to match the windows in the
Mhm.
front of the home.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that the front are double hung. They look like it. Just want to make sure that the ones in the back are going to be double hung as well.
Yeah. It says full glass to match the front of the home with consistency to the front. That's what the summary has, and that's all the information I have on the windows specifically. But with that in mind, staff find this request consistent with the historic district. I ask the commission to accept all testimony and evidence into record. Motion to authorize the presiding officer to sign the final order, and then a motion to either approve, deny, or as the applicant requested to table if you don't have enough information.
Megan, would it be appropriate when we do the certificate of appropriateness, if it is approved, that I just put in that caveat that they need to be double hung windows?
Yeah, so
Okay.
if you are inclined to approve the certificate of appropriateness this
Mhm.
evening, you can do it conditioned upon the window replacement using double hung windows.
Mhm.
And in the event, applicant didn't intend to do that, you
Mhm.
could always come back before,
Okay.
the commission to clarify and,
Yeah.
present a different request.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. That was my question.
Regular pavers.
Mm-hmm. Any questions, Ms. Rainer?
No.
Okay, Ms. Smith, anything else? Do I have a motion to close the quasi judicial hearing for 310 North Massey Street?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Ms. Smith and a second by Ms. Rayner. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do I have a motion to accept the testimony and evidence presented?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Ms. Rayner and a second by Ms. Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Discussion.
So
Yes.
I do have a question.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're gonna redo their sidewalk
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna replace it with pavers,
Yes.
not concrete. Am I right?
I think the pavers are, they're like stamp pavers. You use the concrete and you do the stamp.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Any other questions?
I have none.
Okay. Is the property and proposed work subject to historic preservation standards? Yes.
Yes.
Is the proposed change consistent with the congruency of the district's special character? Yes.
Yes.
Are the materials proposed compatible with historic materials in type, texture, color, and durability? Yes. Is the decision based on competent material and substantial evidence presented during the hearing? Yes. Do I have a motion to accept the certificate of appropriateness to replace the rear windows to match the existing front windows, ensuring that they are double hung? Install a 6-foot wood fence along each side of the property, replace the walkway with concrete pavers, and possibly replace the awning in the back of the house with a fabric awning of the same dimensions. Do I have a motion to approve?
My motion. Second.
Motion by Ms. Rayner and a second by Ms. Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion to sign the final order?
My motion. Second.
Motion by Ms. Rayner and a second by Ms. Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Have we made it to the end? We did. All right. Anything else, Alton? All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
My motion.
Motion by Ms. Rayner, second by Ms. Smith. All those in favor? Aye.